Unit 48, Training. In this unit we talk about work training. You'll learn how to express things which you should do or should have done, and we meet the Director of Training for Flight Attendants at American Airlines. Exercise 1. Listen and check. Sentence 1.
Remember to be polite.
That goes with picture C. Sentence 2.
You should never be rude to a customer.
That goes with picture E. Sentence 3.
Don't forget to smile.
That goes with picture B. Sentence 4.
It's important to make clients welcome.
That goes with picture F. Sentence 5.
You're supposed to be approachable at all times.
That goes with picture D. Sentence 6.
You shouldn't lose your self-control.
That goes with picture A. Exercise 2. Listen and read. Listen to and read the following phrases to use if you are training someone.
Don't forget to be polite.
Remember to be polite.
You're supposed to be polite.
It's important to be polite.
You should be polite.
You shouldn't be rude.
Exercise 3. Listen, speak and check. Answer the speaker by saying the answers you have just written.
What are you supposed to do before a plane takes off?
You are supposed to fasten your seatbelt.
What should you do if you see a bank robbery?
You should call the police.
What are you supposed to wear on a motorbike?
You are supposed to wear a crash helmet.
What should you do before you cross a road?
You should look right and left.
Exercise 4. Listen and check. Listen to Kevin, Natalie and David talking about how to treat customers.
Work training tells you what you're supposed to do in a particular job.
What you should do and what you shouldn't do.
If you're working in a shop or an office with customers or clients, there are some things you must remember to do and some things you must remember not to do. You should be polite. You should always be polite. You shouldn't be rude. You should never be rude. And remember, the customer is always right.
Exercise 5. Listen and check. We asked 6 people the question.
Can you be trained to do a job, or is experience more important?
I think you need both training and experience.
I think experience is more important than training.
Training's the most important.
Oh, I'm a great believer in hands-on experience.
A person can be trained for a job, but they would do the job better with experience.
I think people can be trained to do a job as long as they're trained by people who are experienced.
What do you think? Exercise 6. Listen and read. Listen to and read the following, which show you how to use should and shouldn't in the past.
I was rude. I told her to leave.
You shouldn't have been rude. You shouldn't have told her to leave. You should have been polite. You should have asked her to stay.
Exercise 7. Listen and check. One of the students at a 16th century Italian art class is Leonardo da Vinci. He is painting the Mona Lisa.
Oh dear.
What's the matter?
You shouldn't have done that.
Done what?
That smile. It's all wrong. You should have painted a big smile, not that little one.
But I like it.
I'm the teacher and you're just the student. You should do as I say.
Exercise 9. Listen and speak. Reply to the speakers. Here's an example. Jan says,
I spoke to her.
and you say,
You shouldn't have spoken to her.
or Jan says,
I didn't speak to her.
and you say,
You should have spoken to her.
okay, are you ready?
I told my boss I was leaving.
You shouldn't have told him you were leaving.
He didn't thank me for the work I've done.
He should have thanked you.
He wrote about me leaving in the office paper.
He shouldn't have written about it.
No one showed me the article.
Someone should have shown you it.
They didn't buy me a leaving present.
They should have bought you a leaving present.
I have no job now, but I've bought a new car.
You shouldn't have bought a new car.
Exercise 10. Michael Killingsworth, trainer of flight attendants for American Airlines. Listen and answer.
Training for an American Airlines flight attendant requires 6.5 weeks. The training program includes a great deal of emphasis on emergency procedures, food service procedures, general procedures, and a great deal of customer service. The basic qualities that we look for in a flight attendant are flexibility, personality, poise, self-control. There's no way, even in 6.5 weeks of training, that we can tell you every single thing that would occur in the life of a flight attendant. There's a lot of situations that we'll share with you, that our own personal experiences we'll share with you. We'll try to cover as much as we can, but because the job of a flight attendant is so diverse, there's no way we could answer every single what-if question.
Exercise 11. Listen and answer. A trainee flight attendant is making an announcement.
Captain Masick, First Officer Smith, and Flight Engineer Hughes has informed me that our flying time to Seattle today will be 3 hours at an altitude of 31,000 feet. Seattle is reported with fair weather. Now we'd like to direct your attention to the video screens located throughout the aircraft for a brief message about our safety features on our 767.
Exercise 13. Listen and complete the sentences. Here, Michael describes how the flight attendants should greet the passengers.
When passengers are boarding the aircraft, it's very important that an appropriate greeting is used by the flight attendant. An appropriate salutation or greeting, such as good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome aboard, or we are happy to have you, I am happy to see you.
Exercise 14. Listen and put the words in order. How should the passengers be offered food? Michael explains.
It's important to remember to use proper terminology such as, may I offer you a beverage? May I offer you a snack or a meal? What else can I get you? Is there anything else I can get you?
Exercise 15. Listen and answer the questions. Michael now describes Phase 3.
Once that procedure is completed, we have what we call a Phase 3, and we call this the phase that pays. You get out and you get into the cabin and get to know the passengers and get to talk to them.
Exercise 16. Listen and check. What happens at the end of the flight?
At the end of the flight, as the passengers are leaving, it's important to use phrases such as, thank you for being with us today, thank you for choosing us, it was nice meeting you, it was great to see you, it was nice getting to know you. enjoy your day. I hope to see you again.
Exercise 17. Listen and read. Michael describes his ideas on body language.
I stress to my students that it's very important that
How are you?
you understand that communication is not just the way you speak. It's verbal and it's also nonverbal. And by means of nonverbal, the use of your body language is so important. What do you do with your hands? What do you do with your arms? If you stand with your arms crossed, you've closed yourself off. You're a closed-in person and you're not approachable. Versus having your hands open. When your hands are open or at your side, you're more approachable. You're open to conversation.